Hey, what's up, suppers? This is Dave. I'm here to kind of talk about the crisis events happening in the CW universe. This is going to be great. We're going to try to put this out every week. The goal here is to show each and every show that will lead up to the crisis on Infinite Earths. This is going to be a big play. It was teased last year, and we're going to go full bore with it with shows like Arrow, obviously, The Flash, obviously, but also shows like Black Lightning and Supergirl. These are shows that I've been following a lot of Black Lightning. This will be the first time I'm watching Supergirl, so I have a lot of takes on the first episode because I don't really know all the characters. But also things like Batwoman, she'll be involved here. I want to make sure that we talk about that. And maybe even some history and news that have been popping up recently where most recently Lucifer is going to be on apparently Crisis of Infinite Earth. So it's going to be a crossover to end all crossovers. So why don't we start up from a suit-up perspective of what this could be going forward. I started with Batwoman. That was the first one that showed. So I didn't watch Supergirl until last night. So I'll have some takes on that. But Batwoman is the new series. I enjoyed it. I think, introducing Kate Kane as a strong female heroine. There's a lot of backlash recently on the interwebs about how they don't like that CW is pushing a certain agenda down. Move aside, people. This is just how it works. And I think it's a great leverage moving forward. We first started with White Canary. She was the first, lesbian hero in the CW universe. Now we've got another heroine that I'm very excited about. I think Ruby Rose did a great job. I was kind of skeptical at first, especially when she showed up in the crossover last year. It was very light, so to speak. How do you have a Batman show without Batman, basically, is really what we're trying to do here. And aside from the reveal at the very end of the episode that was clearly heavy-handed and maybe should have led into it a little bit more, I thought it was a great lead up. You get to introduce yourself to all the characters. Duke Gray Scott is the father. And, we have a Luke Fox, not a Lucius Fox. I think that's a clever little play on it. I don't know if he's actually Lucius Fox's son or if he is meant to be Lucius Fox, but, we have your brainy sidekick. It is what it is. I think the goal here is that this is a different universe. We know this. Batman exists. Batman doesn't truly exist in the other universes. So we will call this the BW universe. Hey, like that. This season on The Flash, we're starting out we'll go to Black Lightning because that aired next. So Black Lightning, this is the third season. Last year it was all about getting the characters. There's a new superhero with a power. Actually, this might be season 2. Doesn't matter. We'll get there. We don't make mistakes here on Suit Up. More importantly, though, we have our heroic lead who's now stuck in type of a government-run facility with his wife, ex-wife, whatever. They're definitely sleeping with each other again. And I think the character has evolved in such a way that now he knows that this is his destiny, that he needs to protect everybody by, partnering with the government because apparently there's some shadow organization in a completely different company or country called Markovia, not to be confused with Sokovia. Apparently DC and Marvel can't really think of new country names that don't exist, but sound alike. There's a thought of me that believes that the Markovian Threat doesn't exist. I'm pretty strong about that. I think this is, how the effect of green light has done across every other area. It is what it is. I think he's a very solid actor. I think what we're going to hear is, I feel the gravitas of the show. So you've got a show like Batwoman, which is all about how, she's fighting to struggle with her identity. You've got Black Lightning, which has never been part of a crossover, but now will be part of it. There's a big picture out where everybody's involved. This is going to be a great season. It'd be interesting to see if a version of like a Static Shock shows up. We'll see. I don't know. Nothing too exciting going on with that episode, more than just, resetting the frame. What are we all fighting for? There was a new character introduced towards the middle of last year. He didn't make it at the end of this episode, so that was kind of shocking. But you really get to see why I feel that the character Bill Duke, who plays the big government official, is not really good. That's why I kind of feel like he might be making up the whole Markovian Threat. because we've never really seen him. This happens all the time. Gamby is Gamby. Again, he can introduce new technology that nobody else can ever think of. So once again, thank God Black Lightning has a sidekick that can do all the technical stuff. But the big reveal at the end of the episode was that a lot of Gamby's technology is what augmented his powers. Black Lightning is able to do a lot of the stuff outside of his suit. So we'll see how that plays. Characters are evolving all the time. Yeah, it's a good episode. Flash, of course, that was the next episode this week. Finally introduced. Greatest comedy moment of the whole entire week was Flash. They were able to play the Flash Gordon theme song from Queen. That was probably the highlight of the episode, because they're dealing with the fallout from no longer having Nora, spoiler alert. And, the Flash is meant to be the lighter of the whole series outside of probably the Wave Rider. I think Legends of Tomorrow are probably the funniest and lightheartedest. I think they're my favorite show. Flash was number 2. And, it'll be interesting because a new character kind of popped up. At least I thought it was a new character, but it may or well not be. The new character is the same character from Supergirl, Midnight, either Midnight or possibly John Jones's brother. I learned all of this in one episode, so I may not have any of the characters right, but I probably should catch up on the train rides, make sure I hear all of the details. It is what it is. Each episode this week probably is leading up to the crisis. Apparently Supergirl, she is a Pulitzer Prize winning writer now. Jimmy Olsen, aka James Olsen, Eggs from True Blood, he's now the editor. Now he's no longer the editor. A lot of backlash is happening. There's a Luther that's a good person, but not quite good. Yeah, so I think I'll have to catch up on a few episodes before the next time we meet around Supergirl, because I'm interested in the characters, just never saw the series before. So it's now on the DVR. I'll be able to keep up with that each and every episode. I think each episode is probably around a 6 or a 7 in terms of out of 10. Nothing was too exciting. I think The Flash probably wasn't the best episode of the week. I actually probably believe that Batwoman was the peak episode. Then maybe went to... We'll see how this impacts Arrow next week. So Arrow will be coming back. When we last left our characters, we know that Emily Britt Richards, she'll no longer be on the show. So I'm not sure how Felicity is going to be without, how does Oliver handle no Felicity? Yeah, I don't know if, I don't know where to think with Arrow, because it seemed like it was a nice little ending. We know he went off with the Monitor. We lost a lot of interesting characters on that way. Maybe they'll bring a new version of the Suicide Squad. I have no idea what to think of Arrow, where they're going to go this week leading up to the events. But we got a good 9, 10, 11 episodes to really push Arrow out the door and give it the justice it deserved, because it brought everybody back to the characters. It brought everybody back to CW. It brought everybody in, allowed for crossovers. These are the big events that everyone looks up to every December, and possibly every year. And I'm excited to do this for TPL. I want to make sure that I do justice, so I will watch them every week. They'll be on the DVR. The goal is to get these out every week, Saturday at the latest, maybe Sunday at the latest, right before football, if you will. Yeah, so I love these shows. Feel free to comment. How do you want to fix this? Like, are you excited? Are you not excited? Did you not like an episode? Put it in the comments. Tweet at us at CultureTPL or SuitUpTPL or at Mr. Crockpot. Just tweet him. I'm not gonna engage, but he will. He loves to do this kind of stuff. He doesn't watch all the seasons, so if you can find a way to tell Chris he needs to watch a certain series, fight at him, push it at him, make sure that he can do it, because he seems to only want to watch The Flash now. And even he said last year they didn't even finish all the series. So I don't want to be on an island. I want him to come with us. I want everybody to be part of it. And more importantly, let's talk about the big news. We are seeing a lot of everybody's coming out of the woodworks to be part of this crossover event. Tom Welling wants to play a Superman, or we've always wanted Tom Welling to come back and play Clark Kent Superman. He's in. So is Lois Lane from Smallville. Erica Durance? Don't know her name. It's Erica something. Durante. We have Burt Ward one of the original Robins from Batman in the 60s. So that'll be interesting. What is he going to play? Is he going to be the Joker? Is Mark Hamill going to be involved in this? We don't really know. We know Mark Hamill has come back and done some episodes of The Flash. Could he be another crossover? We know Brandon Routh is going to play some version of Superman Kingdom, the Kingdom Superman. I'm really hoping that this is like the event, if you ever remember in Smallville when they brought the Justice League together. I'm hoping this is as great as those couple of episodes, because those will stand up in time as how you're able to get the band back together. And I think this will definitely lead us into the next round, where there's rumors that the Flash will be dead, or I guess how it was stated was Barry Allen will die. So we'll see how that goes. And we know the Arrow is ending, so Oliver Queen is gone. So we're probably trying to figure out who's going to lead the next generation. Is it going to be a Supergirl, Batwoman type thing? Is it going to be Jefferson Pierce and Black Lightning? Maybe Static Shock. Come on, cross your fingers that there can be a Static Shock. Maybe we get a Batman Beyond type thing. Who knows? I don't know how this is going to break, but the goal is everybody's going to now be in the same universe. It should allow for more events to happen like this. We'll see. This is our first week. It's always get everybody back together, just to reset back to zero. I don't think we have a big bad yet for the Flash yet. We know the big bad in Black Lightning. We know the big bad in Batwoman. We will see how this all parlays with the Monitor and how this is going to work towards the crossover. So again, this is Dave from TPL, Paint and Line, Suit Up, whatever you want to call us. And we're excited for the Crisis of Infinite Earths. We don't know how this is going to look going forward, but hopefully we can push these out every week and keep you all entertained. Later.